Оп! Оп! Когда переехал...
Yep, that's me. I bet you're wondering how I got myself into this situation. I was wondering that too. How did this Russian family, going back generations, end up with the most bogan, footy-loving, mullet-wearing son in the world? Well, to answer that, first, let me introduce my parents. Here's Dad. Dad was born in the year 1963 in a small and rural village in Siberia. This was in the former Soviet Union. He faced many hardships coming from such a disadvantaged background, but he overcame them to eventually make his way to the major city of Novosibirsk and complete a university degree. And not only was he an incredibly learned and experienced man, but boy, did he also have style. And here's Mum. Mum was born in the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic, but she moved to Siberia in 1989 where she married Dad, and they had their first son, my brother Alex. At this time, life was okay. It wasn't super amazing, but it wasn't too bad either. Now let me introduce this man. No, he's not my uncle. This is Mikhail Gorbachev, or Mikhail Gorbachev as non-Russians would say. He was the last General Secretary of the Soviet Union. He was appointed in 1985 with great support. However, once he started making changes, people realized that his philosophy on trade and the general running of a country did not agree with that of the Soviet Union. But it was too late. By the time that there was an attempted coup to replace Gorbachev, the damage had been done, and by the end of 1991, the Soviet Union was no more. This is the very start of the decision to migrate. In the days, months, and even years following the collapse, life was a struggle. The economy had collapsed so significantly that basic produce was hard to come by. My parents had jobs, but after the collapse they were told they were on indefinite leave. Supermarkets had queues out the door of people wanting to buy bread and meat. Despite the introduction of a food token system, there was still never enough. My family were luckily able to get some produce from my grandma's livestock. Because of the job situation, my dad resorted to taking frequent trips to Moscow to purchase books before reselling them in Novosibirsk and later his hometown of Zarinsk. For engaging in this, he was almost arrested for profiteering. As luck would have it, my dad entered the lottery and incredibly won a car. This was immediately sold off to purchase an apartment. But by 1995, they had had enough. At this time, the only countries that were an option for my family were Israel, which would only take Jewish people, Germany, which would only take Germans. Then, from the possible options, that they had decided that Canada was too cold on account of having had enough of Siberian winters, New Zealand was too far away, and so they settled on sunny Australia. We've built a good life here in Australia. The weather's great, and opportunities are plenty. We still get family coming to visit us, but it's easy for us to visit Russia, so we try to do that at least every couple of years. As for this Aussie bogan, well, I guess there's still some Russian left in him after all.